let's get one towel kind of like in your armpit area, and then one towel kind of wedged in between your neck. I like to go with multiple towels because, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of support in a couple of different spots. I tend to go under the armpit and then in that neck crease. So have two rolled up towels like all the way in there, so you can actually like nudge it in between if you want, and if you want to use it as a pillow, you can use it as a pillow. In the neck would work better if your arm was out flat, but if that position feels good, it's really about finding the most relaxed position in your body. You're going to feel more of a lat stretch in that particular position, so that's why I like that one a little bit more. Okay, so the knees are going to stay bent in that bent position, so just show everyone how it would look if your legs were all the way straightened out. If they're straightened out, it's going to be hard to stay balanced. As soon as you go into that bent leg position, you get more balance through your body. Okay, now take the big block and I want you to put it right in between your legs.
Facing up? Or?
Yeah, facing up. We want the logo side visible. But we'll go perpendicular to your thigh. Although there is no wrong position, I will say. You can really put the blocks anywhere. Okay, really nice. Same thing. As soon as we get into one position, the first thing that we're going to do is just breathe. Okay, so a couple of deep belly breaths, nice long exhales, in through the nose, out through the nose. Anytime I get to a new position, I do a tiny bit of that body scan to just feel what's still holding on. The exhales are a really, really nice place to find relaxation through your body. And in this position, we're going to talk a little bit about creating internal and external heat. Fascia releases through compression and heat. So right now we're creating compression into one spot, but we're also creating internal and external heat. The heat plus the compression is what helps those fascial adhesions, those sticky pieces of fascia that stick together. That's what helps them separate, which is going to end up in more mobility and feeling better through your whole body. Okay, so let's go. We're about that first minute in. So let's start with a little bit of movement here. The top leg, first thing is a bend and extend. So you're going to think about straightening out that top leg. And as soon as you straighten it out, it's going to feel a little bit more intense. I like a full straighten and a full bend, right? Nice and slow. Our goal is to go between some movement and some stillness, kind of figuring out where the movement feels the best. And throughout that movement, if there comes a point where you want to hang out, just find complete stillness within all of that movement. Our belly breath is what creates that internal heat, and the block on your skin is what creates that external heat. So we're using that system of heat and compression to melt those adhesions. Right, I always like to start with the bend and extend. It's a little easier. Now, once your leg gets back to a bent position, the second position I like to do in this is the rotation. So you'd be rotating your heel up towards the sky. And as you do that, you're going to feel a little bit different pressure create more towards your quad. Okay, so up and down, nice and slow. This movement can be limited in some people, so don't worry if that rotation is small to start. As you go through this movement more and more, you should be able to get more rotation over time. Now at the top here, I want you to straighten out your leg. This would be the hardest variation. It would be a combination between that bend and extend and through the rotation. So we would rotate to the top, straighten out, and then bend from there right back into that bent position. Yeah, really nice. Now this is just the sequence that I like to follow, but you can really go through any of these movements. Once you do your practice a little bit more, you can go right into whatever feels the best. This is a sequence I like because it kind of goes from easiest to hardest, so not jumping into that hardest one right away is really nice. And just remembering to always start that first minute in stillness. It's really easy to just want to jump right into movement. But the stillness is really where we create a lot of those good changes in compressing that same part of the fascia at once. Really nice. We'll end off there.